video, I want to show you how to lower your CPMs, 3 quick ways that you can do that. If you are struggling with high CPMs that inflates your advertising costs, maybe making you unprofitable, or you just want to increase your profitability, these 3 ways is something that you can implement right away. It will give you the boost in profitability and it will allow you to scale your ads farther. So whether it's Q4 or that's just a normal period of the year where your CPMs are higher than you want them to be, these ways will help you a lot. So now CPMs have been going a lot. In 2024, we see probably like 20 to 30% increase in CPMs compared to 2023. And there's many reasons for that. There is Facebook algorithm that's constantly changes. We have the election that's coming up that's inflating advertising costs. And also during Q4, a lot of people that on both political parties, they will spend hundreds of millions of dollars on advertising, which will further increase CPMs for everyone. Also, at the end of the quarter, what you will notice is that CPMs usually spike because big companies, they just dump their ad budget. They have to spend certain amount of money on advertising for a specific quarter. And if they haven't spent it during like previous months, then the end of the quarter, they usually just dump it. That's when you see a lot of banned ad accounts. You see a lot of increased CPM. So these 3 ways will help you to kind of like compensate for those big changes. And it doesn't really matter what the reason is. I mean, at the end of the day, because you have to find a solution. You have to take on the mindset of math scientists and test. So these 3 ways is something you can test right away that will help you to lower your CPMs. So strategy number 1 I wanted to share with you is test new conversion events, because Facebook ranks different conversions types and campaign types by CPMs. So if you're optimizing, for example, for add to cart, or if you're optimizing for initial checkout, this will give you a different CPMs. It will target different audience and conversion optimization, optimizing for purchases. Now it will also might give you like lower quality traffic. We've tested it many times, but what we have seen successful is testing custom conversion events without specifying them as purchase conversions. So we can kind of like trick Facebook in terms of the auctions that it gets our campaigns into, and this gives them like a broader classification and puts them in different buckets, so you don't compete with all of the people that are optimizing for purchases or using like shop now objective in their ads. You're competing in different kind of auctions, which gives you lower CPMs. So I would recommend to treat it as a test. Don't accept that this 100% work for you. In some accounts it works, in some accounts it doesn't. But if it works, it can give you a very, very significant reduction in CPMs. We've seen that with some of our accounts, and the results are just mind-blowing. So I would recommend to just test it for yourself, observe the results, and then if it works, just double down on it. All the future campaigns use the custom conversion objective. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just move on, right? This is the mad scientist kind of mindset that you need to adopt if you want to absolutely crush on Facebook ads. Second one that I want to share with you is expanding to other countries. And this one is probably one of the easiest and at the same time one of the most like impactful ones that you can test. So what I would recommend is test ads in high quality countries outside the usual markets like US, Canada, UK, Australia, typical big 4 that a lot of people are going after. Those are very competitive countries. Obviously, they have very high quality traffic because people have the buying power. They got used to buying stuff, throughout the whole year. But if you test your ads in other countries, so for example, I would recommend testing Puerto Rico, Germany, Italy, Nordic countries. I would recommend also to test Ireland, which has shown us amazing results. One of the things there is that it's still high quality traffic. And if you're using the payment processors, let's say you're using Stripe and PayPal, in Germany, PayPal is probably 50-60% of the purchases, right? So still get pretty good conversions in Germany, and you will get that initial validation for your product and that it actually sells in those countries. And if it works, what you might even consider doing is creating a totally translated website or landing page, like basically portion of your business specifically dedicated for Germany, but translating it completely to German, translating your ads to German, and then also integrating other payment processors that are available in Germany, for example, Klarna. So you get even higher conversion rate. So this way, you can validate some of these countries that are outside of your normal reach. But this way, you can also find these new markets that you can potentially get yourself into. So one of our clients, Simone, he's like 2 years ago, he was doing $500,000 a month. Last month, he finished at $5.7 million a month, over $1 million in pure profit for his business. He's selling in 13 countries in Europe, but he's also selling his products in the United States, in Australia, in Canada, in all of the typical markets. But for each one of those countries, 13 countries, he has translated website, he has translated the ads, he has all the payment processors for a specific country, and that has helped him to scale a lot. And that has also lowered his average CPMs in his business, allowed him to spend more money on ads and still be profitable. You can also use lists like ePacket or UnExpress lists. So if you search for UnExpress countries, you can identify additional countries to target and ensure fulfillment capabilities. If you're still shipping from China, let's say you're using UnExpress, it ships to probably like 20, 30 countries around the world, and those countries are pretty developed, have buying power. You can ship to Mexico as well. So there is many countries, smaller buckets of population that you can tap into, that let's say maybe that country won't do like 7 figures per month, but maybe do like $20,000-$30,000 per month. But then when you stack 10, 20 of those countries, eventually it's like adding up, right? Eventually it's like $200, $300, $500,000 in sales. You lowered your CPMs, you increase your profitability, and that will give you more budget to spend, let's say, on big four. And so this approach has the potential for lower CPMs, but it's crucial to verify the ability to fulfill orders in those new markets. So very, very important. Don't do the mistake of just like going after a certain country and then we actually cannot ship orders to this country. We have to cancel $10,000 worth of orders. And it's been like profitable. It's been like 4x return on ad spend, but now we have to refund all of those orders. So always, always, always verify whether you are able to ship products to a specific country. It is crucial. It's one of those things that can literally make or break your business, because the feedback score, merchant processing, like all of those things can be impacted if you're not able to ship your products and not being able to ship them on time. So always verified. But this by itself is a great strategy for you to, number one, diversify and lower your CPMs, but number two, just expand geographically to other countries so you can overall increase your sales volume. And strategy number two, I wanted to share with you. So now this one is a little bit more advanced. It's a bridge page. And what I mean, the bridge page is a page that has almost like no content on it. This page literally just very, very simple page with content. Let me show you an example of how that would look like. All right, so to see some examples of these pages, you need to go to the websites like Fox News. I'm not a big fan of these websites. I only like to see the ads that are showing up here. And so I just clicked on this one here. And so you can see this page here. It's pretty straightforward. Doesn't have a lot of content here, but it's serving as a bridge to the actual sales material, which is the video here. As you can see, it's kind of redirecting you to this video. It's like a VSL here, which is pretty aggressive. And so this page serves as something to stay compliant and to get past the review process. And the real sales is happening here on this page. Whereas the other alternative way is where you're driving people straight to this page. But the problem with driving people to more aggressive VSL, for example, VSL on page, or maybe to advertorial like this, is that it has more sales material, it has more claims, it has more stuff that can inflate your CPMs. Or even this one here, it's kind of like more aggressive, so you can definitely drive traffic straight to advertorial. We do that with great success. But alternatively, you can just drive traffic to a bridge page that is more compliant, that has less content on it. And only after that, you can see the URL here, .com, PL, Boom, video, right? It's a different URL. So this page is basically hidden, and this will help you to hide more aggressive content. If you're in the health, maybe you're in the beauty niche, you can simply create a simple pre-render with minimal content. Could be even simpler than the one that I showed you. Could be just like one line of text or text and a button to reduce CPMs. The reason this is helpful is because Facebook analyzing your page based on different factors like language, image, product, price, like different factors. And especially if you're making claims, again, if you're in health and beauty niche, this can help you to lower your CPMs because Facebook will not find anything that's like very aggressive on that particular page, because the main selling mechanism, the main selling kind of like thing that is selling the product in a more aggressive way will be on the next page. So this method has proven effective in lowering CPMs, and that is the reason why, you know, some of these companies that are very successful, Beverly Hills MD, it is a very, very successful company, and they're using this method for years. So these three ways is something that you can use to lower your CPMs. Again, testing different conversion events, expanding to other countries, and using a bridge page. I recommend for you to test these out. These are not simple. These are probably not for people that are just starting out. But if you've been in business for some time and you're just looking for that extra edge for your business, these can serve you extremely well. Test it with this tester mindset. Don't just like, oh, Alex said, you know, you have to test different conversion events and it's not profitable. Okay, if it's not profitable, it's not profitable. Let's drop it. Let's move on to something else. If it's profitable, double down on it. Skill hard and skill heavy. And I wish you to stay in this mindset of constantly testing, constantly learning, and be a math scientist and scale up to the moon. I'll see you in the next video.